Namo Guru Puja Guru Mantramulam Guru Mokshamulam Guru So the third eye. A question comes to my mind, and be ready to answer. And that is, we are here, and say in New York City, a car got into accident and the car was total. Would that car have any effect on you? Or say in Chicago,
Can't hear me.
hello? And in Chicago, if somebody won a marathon race and he was awarded, would you be delighted? So if somebody just volunteers and answers this question, these two questions, first the New York City car got into total accident, and the one in Chicago won the first prize in marathon, and somebody volunteered and answered.
No. The answer would be no. There will be no impact on us.
Okay. And if so, then I want to know why not.
Because we are not associated with that person or the incident or the car. And we most likely won't hear about that, what happens in New York or what happens in Chicago, because that's it.
Had you been the driver of the car, or had you been a marathon runner, in that case, what?
That would have made a big impact on us, yes.
Exactly. So in both these cases, understand, in one word, if we have to describe, in both the event, we were the doers, correct? We were the involved candidate. It was our responsibility, whatever you call it. So far as we are the doer, and considering this aspect in life, how would you apply this story to your life so that your mind is not agitated? And once the mind is not agitated, going back to our first day's talk, or the second day's talk, that you are not looking at the disturbed mind and the peaceful mind simultaneously. You're not looking at the young woman and the old woman simultaneously. Try to understand the correlation between that, that picture and our today's talk. So in a situation like this, let us, each one of us, take that as a point and please one line answer. How would you adapt this in your sadhana? Be quick to save time. I know it's a big question to who to be the first.
No reaction.
No reaction, okay. But how does the reaction come?
By attaching yourself to the event or object or person.
Okay, excellent.
So if you do not put yourself there, but you're witnessing it, then perhaps the attachment, you wouldn't feel the emotions that go along with it.
Okay. In line with the today's story and what I just now described, your point is excellent, and that is the answer. Mahir, what else would you say? Leave your mic on for a while. Be quick.
I was looking at this from a different angle, and that was that once you are like the old and young woman in that picture, you can only see one. You can be in one. You can be present in that one moment, and you can be in that one moment. To be present, to be. You can do both. You cannot do both, or because it's neither here or there. That's my thing, is to be in one place all the time with yourself and the time and the moment. That's what I get from the whole thing.
Very good. And when you say one moment to be yourself, how would you define yourself?
As the divine being, as who I am, not as Maheen, as the person who is looking out
Beautiful.
from Maheen.
Okay, Pushpaben. Mahendra, either one of you can share the platform.
Sonaji, can you speak a little louder?
Okay.
I can hear everybody else very nicely, but
Okay, yeah, because I'm a little far. Now you can hear better.
thank you. Can you hear better? Yeah, okay. So what Jayashree said, I was thinking that if you're attached to something, then you do feel bad or whatever the feeling is.
Okay, excellent. So basically, be attached, or if you take yourself, or before even I say anything, let Gemini talk.
I think if we see the situation as you are not the doer, that
Very good.
may,
How about you,
Uh,
Chris? You
I'm
can-
sorry. I'm having trouble. I couldn't hear everything, and I'm having trouble understanding what the question was. I'm sorry.
So it's okay. You will come to know fairly soon. All right. So Gemini did answer, and Mahir answered also, and she fulfilled the duty, not duty, the details of what Gemini was talking about. You are not the doer, okay? Then who is the doer? That needs to be focused upon. So when Mahim says that you be aware of yourself, yourself is everywhere. Do you guys agree? Here,
Yes.
what she refers to yourself is everywhere. And since she is everywhere, so you can rephrase the sentence like, I am not doing it, but things being done. Yes? Are you with me, Pushpaben?
Right.
yes,
Thing is being done. I am not the doer. If that part is understood well, then the witness situation follows on its own. In other words, we have to remind every single moment that I am not the doer. Think of it very well. And as soon as you take yourself off the doership, then the ego doesn't come into picture at all.
Mm.
Are you with me?
Yes.
As soon as you think that you are not the doer, in that case, reactivity does not come into picture at all. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but I have a question. How do you get to the point where you're not the doer? I mean, you're always thinking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I am involved. It's always I.
Yeah, can't say.
Chris.
In a little humorous fashion, I can say, you must be Sanat's friend. You, and the
How did
reason
you know how do you know we are related?
Oh. Anyhow, that should be everybody's question, and it is, even though we don't ask this question directly. How to read to the point that I'm not the doer? Okay.
No, but this is the thing. The doer, as far as doing earthy things, that this is my life, and I have to cook, doing things. I have to shop things. That's a different doing that what you are talking about.
No, it may still be applied to be the same.
Same.
For example, you're cooking for everybody, okay? And say you forgot the salt. Then what would you think? Would you not feel little sad yourself?
No, but I want to go further and say, what makes me understand I forgot the salt? That intelligence, that's what I'm talking about. At the end, the physical stuff, yeah, I will do it, but the intelligence that it's in me and in universe, which is all one, that's what I'm talking about, doer.
Oh,
But say in that case, you are the doer for anything that is happening around everywhere. If you think that you are the intelligence, you are part of the intelligence, then you feel you are doing it. I mean, you may not realize it, but
Mukesh,
yeah.
your point is very well taken too. But at the same time, what you're saying, you are the doer, and what she's addressing, doer sometimes our mind, most of the time our mind thinks that I, Sonaji, is the doer. Most of the
Got it.
time. Okay? So both of you are referring to the same point. In a sense, you are doer, and in a sense, you are not the doer. But here, when we say you are the doer, then it is capital I am the doer. Okay? But if it is a small I, things being done. So here, if you recall the last time, or even the first time, we were given the homework is to apply Ishavasya Upanishad and Mandukya Upanishad. Okay? And if you can very well, day-to-day basis, identify in every single task, I am not the doer, but things being done. I am not the driver, but the car is being driven. I am not the cook, but the things being cooked. Don't tell everybody else, all right? This is strictly your reminder, so that what really happens is you are taking yourself out of a specific personal identity or ego. So since you are not the doer, since you are not the doer, You are not the driver or the owner of the car in New York City. Got it? So it does not affect you. And once it does not affect you, what happens is, if I'm allowed to use Chris's famous word, vikshepa, then your mind will not be subjected to any vikshepa. Mind will remain cool and quiet. Once the mind remains cool and quiet, you will go beyond time and beyond space. On its own, you don't have to go. At that time, you will start feeling the intelligence, universal intelligence, at how it is getting done. You know, the things are happening. And once the subtleness is being made aware of, then you will be the hero. It's not just once you know the subtleness, you will appreciate the light. Oh my God, Maheen, did you know that I'm breathing? Oh my Lord, my eyes could see. And as soon as you start talking to somebody else, they know that, hey, something is getting loose here. Okay? But in the real sense, you will know that is the only time this is right. Rest of the time, our mind is full of misery and happiness. So every single moment, everything you do, don't say anything is bad and don't say anything is good. And once you derive that point in mind, what you are really doing is you are coming out of the reactivity.
And duality also.
I'm
And,
sorry?
and duality.
And duality, absolutely. Wow, Maheen, thank you, dear. See, you know, that this kind of words gives me such a joy. At this world, how we are looking from a various angle. And if you allow me to use the word sadhana or the spiritual practice, this is the practice. Whether you go to the church, synagogue, or temple, does not matter. So do not take it, don't go. Go. Okay? But in that case, what will happen? If you go, it is okay. If you don't go, it is okay. Because you are seeing the whole world to be a temple. Everything, including your body. So, and is it not what Ishavasya Upanishad talks about? The very first sloka and the very first line in it, Isha Vasya
Idam sarvam.
You see? As soon, I mean, this we were talking, but let us experience. Let it be the sadhana. And so it was Mandukya. We see the gold everywhere, but we don't see the gold, we see the ornament. Okay. Now, as soon as Maheen said this word, I fall in love with her sister. Oh my God, she said so good. Instead of thinking that she said it so good, let's use the passive voice. Oh, things got said so well by heart. You see the difference between the two now? English voice is the same. She, in first case, is the subject. But we make object as the subject, meaning things got done well. I did not say it, but it got saved.
Yes.
So every single moment you start applying thinking, Do not say it loud. And this sadhana is 24 hours. And you cannot say, I don't have time. You cannot say, I did pranayama. Oh, what a lovely pranayama got done. See the difference now? So today we are learning active voice and passive voice. English. You with me, Gemini, then?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's try to get to how Ishavasya, Mandukya Upanishad, and doership can be applied.
Mm.
And one, we will cover the further topic next time, but this is sadhana. And once you do this, then you know that you become calmer and calmer and calmer. Problem will happen one way or other. I was early this evening, I was talking with my son for a different purpose. So various things, I said, show me one family or one person who does not have problems. Everybody has problems. And what type of problem? You will agree that somebody may be unhappy with the spouse. Somebody may be unhappy with the children. And if not children, my famous character, I forget, what was that?
Mother-in-law?
Mother-in-law.
Father-in-law. It's actually father-in-law this time. Tonight is
Yes,
father-in-law.
father-in-law.
Oh, father-in-law, that feels better.
Tonight is father-in-law.
Yeah, it is equal right pops in.
Yeah.
So, and if the mother-in-law, the father-in-law is not directly affecting, then a couple may be nicely living, but their in-laws side, some Iago character will come into picture. They see, you better watch out. Don't surrender to everything what your in-laws say. Okay? Don't let it loose right from the beginning. So she will remember, oh, now I know what he was doing to me. Okay? So, and if that's not, then the job. If not job, the car. If not car, the neighbor. If not neighbor, the weather. There's always something. But in this all, if we use the passive voice, I am not the doer, things is happening. And once you realize things are happening and you look at it with a very so-called positivity, in that case, it will bring you joy for doing nothing, not earning any medicine, not earning any money, not eating any food, not watching any nice show or opera. You're still happy and enjoy. I am not the doer. So part of the sadhana, and was it you, Mukesh, or who was asking, how could we attain to that place, or was it Chris? Whosoever, but you are representing we all. With this kind of question and answer will help us understand better. So we are not the doer, things being done. And when somebody else is doing for you, what do we say? Thank you. And the sense of gratitude sets in, sense of appreciation sets in, sense of compassion sets in. I also have a small video to be shown to you that when you go into nature and you find out how much nature has to offer. So allow me to go to that video for a second. I have it ready.
Sanaji, your audio is not good tonight.
I
Your
know.
audio is, has
Very
scratches.
scratchy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scratchy. It's not good, your audio. Something's wrong with it, I think.
I know that something is somebody, and that's me.
No, it's audio.
So should I say things are happening?
Yeah.
You can say that too.
Hold on. Let me improve the quality. Okay, 1 second. Is it better now?
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
not the doer. I'm not the doer.
Headphones.
Okay, so now let me take you to that. Watch.
Senti come diverte l'energia. Sound of sunflower.
Mm.
Che note alte che porta, in effetti è una pianta che va su, va in alto. Sentilo. C'è niente a che vedere con l'olivo, eh.
Can we mute ourselves, please?
Okay, let me play this again.
Hi, my name is Simone Vitale, and I'm making this video to reply to many questions I have received about the music of the plants. I have several recordings that I put on my YouTube channel, and they're all available on my website. And people ask me a lot of questions about this. And one question that I receive very often is that whether the sound that you can hear in the recording is coming directly from the plant. So some people find it difficult to understand what they are actually listening to, whether and some people also think that the sound that they're listening to is coming directly from the plant. And I would like to explain a little bit how this works. This video is made for people who do not have an understanding of musical technology. So I'm going to explain a very, very basic element in the process of the music of the plant, which is the connection, the MIDI connection. I would like to explain what this is, because it will make the whole process very clear to understand. So MIDI is a technology that is used in music, and it is a kind of connection that allows digital instruments to interact with each other. So for example, I have a keyboard here. This is a MIDI keyboard. If I switch this keyboard on and I play, there's no sound. And there is no sound because this is only a controller. So this keyboard needs to get the sounds from a sound module or a source of sounds. This could be an external module, or more commonly nowadays it would be a computer. So if I connect this keyboard with a MIDI cable to my computer, then I can get the sounds from the computer. This is a piano, but it could be anything else. It could be, for example, strings. So all the sounds I would like to use are in the computer, and I can just assign the sounds to the keyboard. And for example, I can also create more synthesizer sounds. So how does this relate to the music of the plant? If I replace this keyboard with this device here, the U1 device for the music of the plants, this device has the same kind of connection that this keyboard has. So if I take the cable that I am using for this keyboard here, the MIDI cable, and I plug it into this device, now this device is able to take the sounds from the computer the same way the keyboard did. Now what happens is that I can connect this device to a plant, and the device will detect changes in the electric potential between the roots and the leaves of the plant, and will translate these signals into a MIDI kind of signals that can be read by the computer. The computer can put a sound to these electrical variations happening in the plant. So these are the two electrodes that are used to connect the U1 device to the plant. This one goes to the roots and this one goes to the leaf. So if I plug this electrode here in the soil very delicately, and I put it close to the roots of the plant, and I place this other one here on the leaf, and then I switch the device on, and now the device is adjusting and reading the electricity coming from the plant, and it's already transmitting the signal to the MIDI cable and to the computer to get the sound. So what I was doing before with the keyboard, now the plant is doing basically the same, and it's using this device as if it was a keyboard. Through these two electrodes that you have just seen, and these connects the plant to the device. The device uses the MIDI cable that I was using for the keyboard to go to the computer and get the sounds from the computer. Now the reason why I wouldn't use normally a common sound like a piano or strings or I don't know, a trumpet or whatever to make the music of the plants is because I like to create a sound that conveys in some ways the fact that it's not common music that you're listening to. It's not a person playing a keyboard or any other kind of instrument. So to convey what's so special about the fact that we are actually listening to a plant playing, I personally prefer to use this kind of more etheric sounds. I hope this video is helping you to understand more the process. I hope it answers some of the questions I have received, and thank you for your comments, thank you for asking these questions and for following me on my channel, and feel free to visit my website to find more information. And also in the description of this video you will find also a link to the website of the producers of this device, so you can also get some more information from them. And thank you for watching, and if you want you can subscribe my channel, and see you soon.
Anyway, So this secular music, can you hear me okay now?
Oh, we
No?
can hear you, but you still have, it's
Oh,
scratchy.
okay.
Yeah.
Now better.
Do you,
Now better.
is it your voice a little bit scratchy today? Or is your, or is the mic?
I will have to resolve that problem. I think.
Yeah,
it is-
there's still there.
Okay, but now is it better? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but it has this disruption, however you want to call it.
Okay, all right. So anyhow, you will have to pardon me. We'll fix it eventually. But did you understand what I meant to say? That these are certain sounds, and he was showing using a couple of instrumentation and computer to generate. But the stage all of us can reach. And once you are into a very profound state of silence and no big shaper, pretty much, in that case, you can directly listen to this kind of talk. I call it talk because plant even talks. So it is plant, this may be insect, could be anything. So this is what the union means. Union meaning you are in tune with the cosmos. And once you are in tune with the cosmos, in tune means you have joined the cosmos. You have become an inseparable part of the cosmos. And to become inseparable part, the Sanskrit word is yuja, and that means yoga. But now we know what yoga is all about. And you can call it a laughing yoga, you can call it a hot yoga, you can call it a beach yoga, anything yoga. But that is what our ancestors from Bharat, India, they went so much into it, they became so much one with it. And when they say Ishavasya Idam Sarvam, they did not just say it, they meant, they felt, and it became a part of it. And when they say it is the Turiya state in Mandukya Upanishad, the Turiya state, they felt it is nothing but that goal. It is nothing but that divinity everywhere. And for us also, to feel it, it's not too far. Let's begin our homework, starting from now on, now in this moment onward. I am not the doer, things are being done. And every breath, everything is divinity. And he used the word I so much appreciate that it recognizes the potential difference. Otherwise, how would the water rise to the leaf level? What connects them? And long ago, I had shown a video in which the fibrous root of sequoia forest, one root mixing with the other and supporting each other and feeding each other and giving to. Now feeding, what does it mean? Like a family. Okay, so anyhow, we got the homework and I'm feeding slowly all this thing leading to the third eye, mind you. Okay? So bear with me, and once you start feeding me, then the culmination will be we all will at least come to know what is third eye. It's not that you put a tilak or the draw white lines and red lines and whatever, okay? And that too has significance, I'm not denying it, but at least we will feel great that where those so-called rituals came into picture. So with this, let's have a minute of silence. So thankful to all of you, bringing the spirit of sharing the joy together.